Turkish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at turkishclass101.com.
Hey, what's up everyone? Merhaba! It's your host Seda from turkishclass101.com. In this video, we are going to talk about a topic that's in the minds of a lot of people who are interested in learning Turkish. How long does it take to learn Turkish? So many times I have heard this. Now, before we dive into the details, let me give you a quick background, on myself. For the first comers here, I'm a native Turkish speaker and a Turkish language instructor, and I have been teaching Turkish to people from all around the world for several years now, and I have seen all. So I have seen different learning patterns and experiences. And with that said, let's jump into the topic. So, how long does it take? Well, I wish I had one simple, answer to that, but the reality, the answer depends on various factors. I always say this, and my students, they don't like this. But it depends on, your language background, your motivation, your time frame, environment, and, the time you spent studying. But generally speaking, you can expect to reach different levels of proficiency within certain time frames. For example, if you're a complete beginner, knowing nothing, it may take 6 months to a year to develop basic communication skills such as introducing yourself, ordering food, asking for directions, and so on. And once you have a good grasp of that basics, you can move on to more complex vocabulary, grammar, speaking, listening skills, reading skills, of course. And this stage can take another year or two, depending on your dedication and your consistency. And of course, you need to practice using this language in the real life situations. It can be with a native speaker on social media, face-to-face through a language platform. And after a few years of consistent practice, you can reach an intermediate or even advanced level of Turkish. I have students who did this. I'm so proud of them. And on that level, they can comfortably express their thoughts and, feelings in Turkish, understand various accents, read newspapers, watch TV shows without subtitles, read Turkish books. And, however, keep in mind that the language learning is a lifelong process and there's always room for improvement and exploration. And now let me share some tips that can help you speed up your learning process and, reach your goals faster and hopefully speak Turkish in no time. First, immerse yourself in the language as much as possible. Listen to Turkish music, watch Turkish movies, read Turkish news. And I always suggest listening to radio or podcasts in Turkish, of course, while driving, commuting, walking, running, those times. Even if you're just absolute beginner and don't understand a word, listen Turkish speakers every day. Listening skills takes time, it comes later. And listening to Turkish, this trains your ears to the music of Turkish. Not just the words and structures, but the music, the intonation, and this intonation gets into your brain without you noticing it, and you catch some common phrases all the time, and that's it. The second one, practice every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. This is so important because consistency is the key and is indeed crucial factor in language learning. Let me give you an example to illustrate this, okay? I had a student, I'm not gonna give names, who was very motivated to learn Turkish, but she had a busy schedule with work and family responsibilities and so on. And she told me that she could only study once a week for a couple of hours, and she was frustrated. She did that, and she was frustrated that her progress was slow. And I explained to her that it's better to study consistently, every day throughout the week, even for a short period of time, than once a week but longer hours. She was hesitant at first, but then, okay, she said, let's try. And once a week is, of course, better than doing nothing, but doing the work every day is crucial. And, we talk about it, and we made a study plan, and that included, some self-study activities, and like such as listening to Turkish music. Even that is a study. And, practicing some basic phrases, and in addition to our, weekly longer hour study. And guess what? After a few months, she started to notice a significant improvement in her comprehension and speaking skills. And the key takeaway here is that you don't have to study for hours every day to learn Turkish. Of course, if you do that, it will, if you study more, and the faster you will progress. But what matters the most is the quality, and the consistency of your study time. So if you're serious about learning Turkish, at least make sure to allocate some time every day, even if it's just like 10-15 minutes. It can be, just studying three simple sentences, learn the vocabulary. That's it. And set realistic goals. I always see this. Let me put it this way. This is something I see all the time, not setting realistic goals. I think all my students starts really big with, long hour dedications and, with high expectations, but life gets in the way. It always does. Studying one sentence, learning 10 new words, or listening 2 dialogues. And do something, but do it every day. Don't think big at first. Just think consistency, okay? So, I see it all the time. This is the key. Whoever study in consistency learns the language, like every time. That's what I saw. And the third, find a language partner or tutor who can give you feedback or correct your mistakes. This can be for speaking, for grammar, for writing, but you need feedback from a person who knows the language to see what is your point that you stuck. 4, use various sources such as grammar books, like apps, podcasts, websites. Diversify your learning experience, not just books, okay? And 5, this is something real, but don't afraid to make mistakes. It's been so many years, but I make mistakes all the time because it's not my mother tongue. It's not my language. My language is Turkish. So, to sum up, how long does it take to learn Turkish? Well, it varies. But on average, the Foreign Service Institute estimates that it takes 44 weeks or 1,100 hours to reach an intermediate level. This is the, standard. But everybody's learning journey is different and unique, so you keep going and have fun along the way. So there you have it. Learning Turkish is a rewarding but challenging experience and journey, and it may take you a few years to, become proficient. However, with dedication and consistency and the right mindset, you can make a significant progress within a reasonable time frame. Remember, learning a language is not just about, memorizing words, like learning the grammar rules, but, also discovering about the culture, connecting with the people, and expanding your horizons. Even trying to, Turkish food can be helpful. You can learn new words. So, how can TurkishClass101.com benefit your studies? Well, our website is a single resource that covers all aspects of Turkish language, from grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and our lessons are designed to help learners at every level. And whether you're a complete absolute beginner to an advanced speaker. And our materials include like written, audio, video resources, as well as exercises, tests, activities to help you practice your listening, writing, speaking. And we also have lessons on Turkish culture. And so you can fully, immerse yourself in the language. So that's it. And thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and, not discouraging. And if you want to continue learning Turkish, I will be always here to help. Not, always, hopefully as long as I can. So you can also find me on turkishclass101.com, where I offer support for learners at every level. So don't be shy, come say hi. Don't be shy, come say hi. It's like a song. And let's learn together. And until next time, take care. And I want to say this. Sometimes my students, everybody has different experience. Some of my students are like 70 years old, 80 years old, like they are already retired and they are learning a new culture. And they, I have students who speaks beautifully Turkish, when they study in their retirements. I have moms, I have dads, I have students, I have like really young people like teenagers and some really busy professionals like doctors, engineers and teachers. They are like researchers, they are really busy. But the one thing I always see, if you are not just into the language, if you don't just think the language as like something like math, it's just, okay, this is the rule, this is the vocabulary, this is the structure, okay, this is how I say it, this is how I read it. Of course, it is really helpful, that structure is really helpful, but the language is more than that. It's something that is alive with the people, with the culture, with the food, with the music, with the movies, with everything, So if you immerse yourself into the culture and try to learn about the culture and the country and the food and the people, it helps a lot. And it also, what I see, motivates people to learn more. So for example, if there are some people are into history, so when they are learning about the Turkish history, they learn new words, right? Or if someone specifically interested about plants and they're studying, plant names in Turkish. So find what you like in life and try to mix them, okay? Mix with the new culture and the language. That's my last tip for you. Okay, now I gotta go. I talked a lot. I hope I will see you next time. Görüşmek üzere, kendinize iyi bakın. Hoşça kalın.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.